I just got married in January of last year to the world's most wonderful husband. His name is Kevin. I grew up in Key West, which is actually where we got married. And we have a beautiful dog named Bella, who actually is a cancer survivor as well. And I'm 42 years old. I was diagnosed with cancer at 41. What brought me to Chautauqua County was my mother's mother lived here, and all of her family lived here. And so we moved here when I was a teenager. So when I became an adult, I started traveling back to Key West every year just to visit. And this will be the first year that I wasn't able to go back to Key West. A little heartbreaking not being able to go back, but family doctor over at the Sherman building. And she actually found it. I'm ashamed to say that at that time, I wasn't faithful at doing self-breast checks. And she found it, and she sent me to, and at the time I was unemployed. The job that I was at had closed down, and I was didn't have any health insurance anymore. And so she called Cancer Center, or Cancer Services, and they said, absolutely, send her down for a mammogram downstairs. And they paid for the mammogram. Mammogram didn't pick it up. So they sent me down for an ultrasound. Cancer Services paid for the ultrasound, which, thank goodness for Cancer Services. So I met with Dr. Chang April of 2014. And wonderful man, very kind. May 1st, I was scheduled for my first surgery to have it removed. And because it was negative, he just planned on going in to remove the lump, so to speak. And of course, protocol is to send it to pathology regardless. And that following Tuesday, I got the call that it was cancer. And I don't remember much after that. I remember sitting at my desk at work, and I remember my boss and the woman I was working with saying, do you want to go home? And I remember telling them, no, because what am I going to do? Just sit and cry? But I didn't get a whole lot done either. So I continued working, and when I went home, I remember sitting down on the couch with my husband. And keep in mind, this is only a few months after we got married. And I remember saying, I heard back from the doctor, and he looked back at me and said, it's cancer, isn't it? I said, yep. And then that's just when I just hysterically started to cry. And all he said to me was, it's okay. We're going to make it through this. And he was my biggest supporter. And I swear if I didn't have him, I probably wouldn't have the smile on my face that I have now. He was my rock. He's incredible. I mean, all of my friends were big supporters and just incredible for me. But he was superb, is superb. And I just absolutely love the radiation technicians here. They're just wonderful. I looked forward to come every day. And Dr. Pagliuca is just great. So it's been a roller coaster ride, and if someone had told me that I would be where I am now 3 months ago, I would have said, you're nuts. But I am here, and I just, you gotta remain positive. That's the big thing, is you have to remain positive, and you have to be determined. You need to be positive, and you need to think positive, and you need to fight in order to get this out of your system. And I remember nodding my head and saying, yep, yep, yep. But as time went on, I learned that that is absolutely true. You can't lay down and let it take over, and let it take over who you are. It changes who you are. Absolutely changes who you are. I am not the same person I was a year and a half ago. Having cancer isn't the end of the world, because I'm living proof